This week in the Missouri Senate, we review both the first week of the extra session and this year's annual veto session.
Bill 724, dealing with political subdivision.
The governor vetoed 4 measures from this year's regular legislative session, as well as multiple line items from appropriations legislation for the current fiscal year. Senator Dan Hegeman of Cosby sponsored Senate Bill 724, which would have modified provisions relating to county financial statements.
This bill would allow the Department of Revenue to assess a more appropriate penalty for the failure to post the financial statements and set up a process for those who refuse to comply.
In his veto letter, the governor cited legal concerns with portions of the proposal, but added other parts were okay and included in other successful legislation from this year.
House Bill 1667 be taken.
Senator Holly Thompson Rehder of Scott City handled House Bill 1667 in the upper chamber. This bill would have created the Kratom Consumer Protection Act.
It is still just the underlying Kratom bill, just on regulating that product, putting some parameters in place, a regulatory framework.
The governor also cites legal concerns as to why he said no.
The House Bill number 1720 was Senate.
House Bill 1720 would have cut a sunset extension on several agricultural tax credits from 6 to 2 years. When this legislation was discussed on the floor of the Missouri Senate on April 5th, a plan to add shingle recycling was slated for addition, to which Senator Doug Beck of St. Louis wanted to add a stipulation.
I'm going to also add an amendment, which you're okay with, that moves that away 500 feet away from any lake, stream, water source, basically is what we said, right?
These tax credits are also a focus of this year's extra session, as is
House Bill 2090 with Senate Committee.
House Bill 2090, which included a one-time tax rebate for some state taxpayers. When this was discussed on the floor of the Missouri Senate on May 5th, Missouri Senate Minority Floor Leader John Rizzo of Independence offered an amendment to add parameters to those who could receive the rebate.
What this will do is cap it at $150,000 per single filer, $300,000 per joint filer will be eligible to get this tax credit. I believe that we have a pretty good compromise here, that this truly will become a relief for middle-income people in the state of Missouri.
The governor vetoed this proposal because he wants to see a permanent tax cut in our state.
What everyone in the Missouri Senate, as well as
the first extra session of the second regular session of the 101st General Assembly started on Wednesday just before noon, with nearly 24 measures introduced. Then,
what everyone in the Senate chambers, as well as our guests,
the annual veto session was started, with no actions taken. Veto session is set to resume on Tuesday. Extra session is slated to continue into next week. And remember, you can follow these and other issues facing the Missouri Senate by visiting our website, senate.mo.gov. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Dean Morgan.